Okay, well, that's huge news. Microsoft is buying all of Activision Blizzard. That includes all of those IPs for $69 or so billion. That makes that the biggest. I haven't looked this up. I think that may be the biggest acquisition of all time. Certainly, it is for Microsoft. I could be totally wrong. This is a massive play toward Microsoft absolutely dominating the games market. Forget about Xbox as a platform. Like, don't forget about it. It's fine, and they're doing fine. But this is not that. This isn't them shoring up their chances at whatever console dominance. They've been on record saying we don't give a crap about console wars anymore. We care about owning everything that has to do with video games. And this is a big deal for lots of reasons. Certainly Activision Blizzard been in the news lately. When I say lately, in the last 6 months, 7 months or so, and not the most positive light due to all kinds of stuff. We don't have to get that or into that as much here, except it does have some bearing on the discussion about who's running it now, who will be running it moving forward. Is Microsoft going to clean house? Is this a chance for that to actually happen? Or will the people who made the most money during a time where harassment was at an all-time high within these companies, will they walk out of here with a whole lot more money because this is a huge payoff for them? I don't know. I mean, a lot of those questions I just don't know answers to, but I do know this. This makes Microsoft even more formidable than they were prior to this. I thought it was a big deal that they spent 7 point whatever billion on Bethesda, and that was a massive get, and it is a massive get. But that's nothing compared to $69 billion spent in the direction of buying all things Activision Blizzard. One thing I wanted to make a point about, and this is so early in all of this is just me shooting off my initial reaction to all of this, okay? Having been a follower of these guys and these companies and this stuff for as long as I have, these are all just initial thoughts. A lot can change in a few days. All the flagship Frog Pants shows that deal with gaming will absolutely have something to say. So if you're looking for that more in-depth kind of roundtable discussion, those are all coming. These are just, this is Scott farting off what came to his head immediately. One of the funniest things I keep seeing is people are annoyed that people keep putting King and Candy Crush in these headlines as part of the acquisition because core gamers hate mobile or they hate Candy Crush or whatever. I understand. I don't like them either. I don't play them. I don't care for them. But we are so quick to dismiss the juggernaut that is mobile gaming. And even just Candy Crush's place in mobile gaming is massive. Billions of dollars of revenue. They make more money than all these other IPs we think of as like big, huge gaming things. We think of Call of Duty as, well, that must be the thing that makes them the most money. Or World of Warcraft must make them the most money. It's freaking Candy Crush, man. I hate to tell you, but it is. And that immediately gives Microsoft a leg up in the mobile space, which they don't have right now. It's one of the things they've been weakest about. They push Windows phones and their Nokia acquisition for so long that then when it was time to actually be there, rubber to the road, ready to go with mobile, they just weren't ready. And everybody else seemed to be more ready than they were. So this is a big catch up for them in that regard. In terms of just, money and development, suddenly they have a mobile partner. You could have said the same thing for Activision when they acquired King back in the day. It hasn't been that many years, 6 years. But anyway, my biggest takeaway from this thing is this is obviously a major play from Microsoft to ensure some level of fresh, hot dominance. There have been some conversations that evolved into things like, well, you think it's already hard to get Blizzard games on the Mac. Now you're not going to be able to at all because Microsoft hates Macs. I wouldn't be that quick to assume that. They so far have been pretty good about letting developers they acquire make what they make, where they make it, and how they make it. But if you were worried about Blizzard games not being available for the Mac, I hate to give you this bad news, but it's the last game that was native on the Mac and launched simultaneously with the PC was 2012's Diablo 3. All right? Diablo 4, they've already stated, will not run on Macs. Overwatch 1, which came out in 2016, officially came out in 2016, does not run on a Mac. unless you're doing some crazy emulation or something. And Overwatch 2, assuming it's truly in development, has also been said will not be running on Macs. So that ship has sailed, and it's fine. I don't think there's any reason to assume that they would change the way Battle.net works or the way that players play Hearthstone currently or any of the current games, World of Warcraft included, on Macs and PCs. That support will continue. Microsoft makes a ton of Mac-supported products already internally. This isn't the 90s, all right? We're sort of past that weird era where, that fight is kind of whatever it's become. Hell, I'm watching Apple TV Plus shows on my Xbox Series X. Welcome to the new world. The point is, who cares about that? The bigger issue is, what does this mean moving forward? Does this mean flushed with money, these companies can do things in creative ways that they've been held back from doing previously? Will Activision stop just being the Call of Duty developers? Will Blizzard make more games? Will they clean house and start fresh with some of these companies? Blizzard in particular, does this mean at some point anyway a flushing of the current leadership and a attempt to fill that place with fresh creative talent and start a little bit new moving forward with current projects, World of Warcraft moving forward, but also new projects on the horizon? I hope so. I guess if you wanted to sum up my feelings right now, it's that I'm cautiously optimistic. I know that's a phrase that gets bandied around a lot, and I'm not trying to just be, I'm not just trying to throw a trope at this, but I am cautiously optimistic. So far, Microsoft has shown, it's still too early to say overall, but they've shown when they make these acquisitions, they treat them well, and they kind of let them do what they do best and make sure they've got the funding and the backing to do what they need to do. And when you talk to developers for some of these freshly acquired companies, I can't say who I talked to, and I'd get them in trouble if I did, so I won't. But I've talked to somebody from within a team that you all know that was acquired some time ago by Microsoft, and they love it because basically they're getting to be who they are already and why they were valuable in the first place. They're getting to make what they're going to make, and they're stoked about making it. And Microsoft takes a very hands-off approach to that, according to this person that I talked to. So I think if that's true for the most part, kind of across the board, I don't know how things are going at Bethesda. This hasn't been that long since that deal was made. But one would think that Microsoft would want to continue to foster that sensibility. And if that's true, then the only thing you hope they interfere with here is that they fix some of these management issues that will hopefully fix the culture issues, which will flush out the garbage folks. But beyond that, you would think with spending this much money, they have a singular goal: make amazing games, put this stuff out on Game Pass. Like, what that means for Blizzard games, I don't know. Will you get Diablo 4 day one Game Pass? Maybe. If that thing's a year or more off, I could see it. I know some people aren't going to love that because they just love where they are and they don't like change. But I think that would be awesome. Overwatch 2, same thing. And does that mean... Then there's a whole exclusivity question. Does that mean Call of Duty remains a multi-platform piece of software? And my guess is yes. I think that thing will continue to be on PC, PlayStation 5, and 4 for now, and wherever else Call of Duty may lay its head. I think that it would behoove them to not turn this, and I don't think they're going to, but it would behoove Microsoft not to turn this into a major Xbox or exclusivity play. They did hold to their word and release Deathloop on PlayStation 5 as an exclusive, just like they said they were going to, and they followed through on that. Some of that could be contractual, but some of that could just be goodwill. We don't know what of the upcoming games from Bethesda, Obsidian, Double Fine, like these myriad of developers they picked up. We don't know which things they're making are going to be exclusives to the Microsoft's ecosystems, but we know at the very least they'll be on Steam. They'll be on the Epic. They'll be on all the places Halo Infinite is right now. I mean, the only place you can't play Halo Infinite where it would be playable is a PlayStation. Everywhere else, it's available. Does this signal a future where Sony lets the service on there? Game Pass? That seems crazy, I know, but all of this is crazy. So nothing's off the table. All right, these are just my initial thoughts. That's probably all you need to hear from me if you wanted to hear this at all. But I can tell you on Core on Thursday night and on the Instance Friday morning, plenty more, lots more opinions thrown in, and we're going to have lots to say about the future of this. Pretty crazy time to be alive, though. Weird. All right. See you next time.